So some rash going on today, especially around the eyes and forehead area. There's some in here too. I think in the morning I'm going to try using Protopic instead, but Protopic doesn't really work, or it doesn't feel like it works for me. So we'll try it for a little bit because it doesn't look too bad. It just feels dry sometimes. It'll, now that I'm better, when I get my blood pumping and start being a little more active, it'll calm down. Or I can just deplete whatever energy that resources that I have in my body, and it'll just flare up and be a lot worse. Then I'll probably have to use one of the stronger steroids. Hey, I had a few minutes to wake up, and now I am outside Subway next to the Institute. I'm gonna grab some food before I go. And also I noticed, well, some of you know my ribs were crushed as a baby. You can see this indentation right here. Crushed when I was being delivered as a baby. So weather's like this, where it was raining yesterday and then it just cleared out today. I mean, a lot of people don't think twice about it, and I was really happy for the rain. I did a video about that, but as the atmospheric pressure changes, this this hole in my chest, it gets pulled along with the atmosphere. So there might be less pressure now because the rain is gone. So it's like it's pulling it out, and when the rain comes, there's a lot of pressure. So it's like it's pushing it in, and so like this whole morning, it's this part's painful too. It's sore. It's in pain. It feels like somebody was crushing or pulling on it. And after a while, after driving for about 5-10 minutes, it died down a little bit, and now it just feels cold. It feels like somebody has an ice pack on it, and so it's just another thing that I gotta deal with and try to ignore. It also comes all around the back, because how it was crushed was like this: 4 fingers on the front and a thumb in the back and a palm in the back. So the whole backside in this area hurts too. And of course my skin, my face I was showing you earlier, it's a little inflamed right now, so it just kind of feels like wearing a plastic mask over my head, my face, which is not as bad as if I were if it were itching. So just a normal day for me. It's 6 o'clock. Just had a bath, and as I got out, I noticed, as I got out, even though I was trying to put on Vanicream and trying to get everything sealed up, get all the water sealed in, it still tends to dry. And I'm not really using much Robathol anymore. And I don't know, maybe the change in cyclosporin amount that the amount of cyclosporin I'm taking is showing a little bit. But so I noticed this patch right here, bottom of my neck right here. And if you look at the old pictures from 2007, 2008, when I was at my worst, this whole patch right here was where it was the worst of the worst. Basically no skin, just flat open flesh, and it was just oozing stuff over and over, so you couldn't really put a bandage on it, because it'll just leak through, and then you just have to keep on changing it. And so what I ended up doing was getting cotton and just kind of fill it in, just like make it, put pull it apart so it's just strands and fill it in the skin. And sometimes, like, if sometimes the gunk and the ooze will dry enough that it'll solidify into a chunk of cotton plus oozy skin kind of thing. On this side too, it's not as bad on this side today. I can barely see it. Bad today here, but it can definitely feel it popping up here. So that's why I can't really stop Cyclosporin much. I'm gonna have to cut back on the foods even more. I'm right now. I'm only cutting back as far as I'm just not eating anything other than beef and bread on the days where I'm taking less cyclosporin every other day. And that's kind of how I was doing it before. Instead of, it was every third day that I would take less cyclosporin. Now it's alternating every other day. And so I probably have to cut back on those days too. And also on the days that I do take more cyclosporin, when I do take the 125 milligrams, I probably still want to just stay with beef and bread, or beef and potatoes. Just wanted to get that on camera. And I do need to put fluocinolone on here, the stronger of the corticosteroids for the skin, because I don't want this to get out of control and have the skin start ripping apart and being gross again. But I can definitely feel it. I didn't feel it before earlier, so getting out of the bath kind of irritated a little bit more and made it obvious, which is good. I needed to see that. As I was talking about earlier today, all this the left side's cramping up, is kind of hurting, and by now all of this back side, all of the behind the left shoulder, this is the left side for me, left shoulder around the shoulder blades, completely cramped up from the middle of my neck all the way down to bottom of my shoulder blades. This whole section is cramped up, so I'm just using my right side. It's good enough to use it for a mouse and typing stuff, and I can kind of move my left arm up to type fingers and all. And for a while tonight, getting a lot of migraines, really tight around the head. Might just be because of cold weather, or I'm exhausted for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I took Doxepin, which usually knocks me out for about 12 hours, and I only slept for 6. And so it's crazy. Sometimes I want to sleep and I can't sleep, and sometimes I sleep for 15, 18 hours. It's just nuts. So that's the update for the day. Follow up some other time. I'll be doing a lot more of these, so these will be kind of like my own notes for a little documentary story I'm trying to do. So I'll try to keep it relevant though.